Well, as promised, we can now join the Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Tallen, on the issue of violence against women in Nigeria, especially regarding the Osinachi Nwachukwu death. Thank you, Madam Minister, for joining us tonight on the news.
Well, thank you, and thanks for having me on with you.
Great. Let me begin by asking you about that meeting you had with the Inspector General of Police earlier, because you hit the nail right on the head when you talked about justice, when you're talking to the police boss in the country. Are you getting any assurances? What are the assurances that this case will be different? Because the inability of the police to prosecute and to see domestic violence to a logical conclusion has actually been discouraging to victims and civil society organizations in the country. Is there any indication that this case will be different? What did the police boss tell you?
Well, it is part of my efforts and serious concern over this one death too many. Osinachi's death is one death too many that we cannot wait any minute longer. My visit to the Inspector General of Police today was part of my efforts to ensure justice is done. Have led the family of late Osinachi, her twin sister, her brother, and all the children paid me a visit this afternoon. And to plead, the aim of their visit was a follow-up and to say thank you of my visit to them and my concern, and they've been following all efforts that the ministry has been doing to ensure justice. And this will be a matter that I believe will be different by the grace of God. I'm leaving no stone unturned. I met with the Inspector General of Police and see his serious concern and commitment. He shown so much concern over this matter when I briefed him, and he is fully do not continue to allow such cases or such criminals, animals, to go scotch-free. Because I describe them, because by the time had got to know what he's been doing, and even to the children.
Seem to be having problems with the communication there. We sincerely do apologize for that. Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Tallen, was just updating us on her meeting with the Inspector General of Police on the Osinachi case.
Yeah, I mean, if we had, more opportunity to interrogate her, I mean, the issue of the VAP Act, as a Violence Against Persons Prohibiting or Prohibition Act, I mean, since 2015, okay, we have the minister back on, thankfully so. Yeah, I was going to ask you, Madam Minister, the issue of the VAP Act, I mean, Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, it's been signed since 2015, and since then only 10 states have actually passed it into law, and 7 are still awaiting assent. What are you doing as Minister of Women Affairs to fast track this particular law that would have saved persons like Osinachi and other women who have had to suffer in the hands of loved ones?
Yes, thank you very much. I want to correct the records. You said only 10 states have passed the VAP.
Yes.
That is not correct.
Okay.
We have 30 states. We have 30 states that have so far passed the VAP Act. And that has been massive advocacy to states. We have only 6 states left. And in fact, 5, because just 2 days ago, Yobe has joined. So we have just 5 states now left. And by the grace of God, my prayer is that before I leave office next year, May, all the remaining states, the remaining 5 states would have passed their VAP Act. Our problem is not just passing the VAP Act or the Child's Right Act. My main problem is implementation. We are calling on all men of conscience justice system, the police, which I had a very good meeting with the Inspector General of Police today. He showed me sincere commitment that he's handling the matter appropriately. All officers handling it were summoned before me and the family, and he gave them a riot act to ensure that investigation must be fast-tracked and justice must be achieved in this matter. We are demanding justice and nothing less. And I tell you that enough of these deaths. We cannot continue to let such animals, I will describe him an animal, because if he is a human being, he won't treat Osinachi as a beast of burden. Not only does he beat and malhandle her, but the children themselves.
What do you think we can do to strengthen? How can we strengthen Nigeria's marriage
what we need to
laws?
Do is
Nigeria's marriage laws. Elsewhere in the UK, in Europe, the laws protect the women. In the event that there is a divorce, the women have confidence that security-wise, their future is, secured. What are you doing to ensure that, Nigerian women, are protected, even if their marriage crashes and they don't have to face such violence?
Yes. These are some of the laws we are trying to ensure. These are some of the bills we want the National Assembly to pass so that we are more protected. If we have more women on the decision table, these laws will be able to pass. But our problem is women are not given the chance and the opportunity to be on the decision table where laws affecting them will be addressed. We will not rest on our ass until such laws are passed. The VAP Act takes care of this, but the problem is not just domesticating the VAP Act, but implementation. We have the penal code law, we have laws, but our problem is implementation of these laws. So I'm calling on the justice system, I'm calling on all men of conscience, I'm calling on women to come out and speak out. You must not remain in an abusive marriage with an abusive partner until you lose your life. Women must speak out. We must stop blaming the victim.
Thank you very much. We'll have to leave it there. Honorable Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Tallen, thank you so much for joining us, and we do hope that we'll get to the bottom of this in the Osinachi case. Thanks for joining us.